Okay, so we sent out a question. We sent out a question to a number of different students, and the question was as follows. Let's see if I remember the question. A person goes to a contractor, and you ask her to, some type of design, how to figure out what to do. You put one together, you then take it, and you're like, thanks. And you go to another contractor, who then say, hey, I would like this done, and this person, the second contractor that you go to, is cheaper than that first person, and therefore you use the second person. The question is that proper? Because she then comes to me and says, I don't understand, I did all this work for you, you went to somebody else, pay me for the 2 hours that I spent, whatever it is, going through the contract. We're going through the design. So here we go. The question is going to be, what's considered an agreement of a contract? Meaning, if it's stipulated that, yes, I'm hiring you, I'm going to pay you, and part of it is included in producing the actual design, and that is obviously a prerequisite for the actual work. So in theory, the person who might have already started working for you might have understood that she had the job, and part of the job is you got to design it. You can't do anything without designing it, right? So if that was part of the work, she understood that she was going to do it, to then take her work and not pay her for it and go somewhere else, that would be problematic if that was the assumption. If, however, it was super clear, they're just asking for advice, and she's willing, and people will do this in the professional world, free tax or free advice, right? So our first consultation is free, no charge for consultation. The intent is, once they get you in, you'll like it, and you won't pay for the first visit, but you pay for subsequent visits. So that's part of their sales tactics, which in the world out there can make sense. So if it's that first situation, you would have to pay for what you received because you received something of value, and it was understood as part of the working milieu, right? That had value to it, and she was working for you. You can't then just take it and steal and give it to and have someone else benefit from it, which would be you. However, if this person literally, sometimes they say real estate agent will come to your house and a free evaluation of your house. So they'll give you a one-page document and say your house is worth, 1.5 million, which means it's like a knockdown because it's Toronto, right? Never, even house 1.5 million, you have to tear it down, right? Never, right? So the funny is that we're laughing. That's what's funny, right? It's crazy. It's just a crazy thing. So if that's the case, that they are doing that just to get the foot in the door, to give you a document, because then you're going to sign them on as an agent, then if that would be the understanding, then you would not have to pay them anything. So in many ways, the context of what is common, and in fact, the Talmud talks about this, you ask, well, what do they do in the street? What's common? Now, what would be very complicated is a situation where there's both. Then you're really in trouble. Then you probably, in order to extract money from somebody, you're going to need hardcore proof. So I think that would be perhaps the way to deal with the answer. I got a number of good responses. I'll take a look at them a little bit later. But I think that is the answer to our first Wednesday WhatsApp of the semester.